Hi everyone, it's Agnes. I've got another manifesting story. It's from Meridith. So, I'm Meridith in Sydney, Australia. So it goes like this. I have a digital media background. I've been working in media for close to 4 years in Sydney, Australia. I've been out of work since November last year to February this year, and I wanted a change in career. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing before, which was working at a software company. I left that job in November last year. I wanted to be doing something in campaign management rather than what I was doing before, which was client services. It was 4 months of searching for digital media jobs in Sydney that I felt were more suitable for my skill level. I was feeling very disheartened with the limited prospects. It was a slow job market and I wasn't seeing much possibilities. I was feeling a lot of pressure too and getting anxious on whether I'd be stuck waiting for a job. I watched your scripting video in mid-January this year. It gave me hope that I could do something to improve my situation. I started to persevere as a result. So what I started to do was scripting from mid-January all the way to early March. I did this once a day, so I'd write about how things were starting to improve for me on the career front, and things are working well in my favor with the job interviews. I even wrote my phone is ringing all the time with job prospects. When I started doing this regularly, jobs started rolling in. My phone was ringing a lot, like I had scripted. I was being scheduled in for a lot of interviews for various media companies. Some I had applied for and some I didn't apply for. I was also getting emails too on my LinkedIn about various media jobs, opportunities that I hadn't even applied for. It was amazing. Things were moving in such a great direction. Opportunities were falling into my lap. The scripting helped strengthen my belief in myself. One day in late February, I found a job advertised online and it was what I was looking for. I read every detail and it felt like it was suitable for me. I applied immediately without hesitating and I thought to myself at the time, I believe I'll get a call from them. It was 40 minutes after I applied, I received a call from them on the same day showing interest in me for this job. I had deep faith that this job was mine. I was told on the phone that they needed to pass my details to the hiring manager first to see if they'd like to interview. It was 3 hours later and I got a call from them on the same day saying that the hiring manager is very interested to meet you. What's your availability like for a first interview? I confirmed my availability for this interview the following week. I decided I would script what I wanted to happen in this first interview. Excuse me. I was very detailed. I wrote about receiving positive feedback and feeling great in the interview and that they would want to meet me again for another interview. When I went to that first interview, I received exactly what I wrote. Both interviewers gave me positive feedback, just like I had scripted. I wrote another script about the interviewers being keen to interview me again and that I would receive a phone call about it. Funnily enough, I received that exact call saying, "Good news, Meridith. They have very positive feedback about you and would like to interview you again." I was told in the second interview I had to do a written test. At first, I was a bit worried. Then I thought to script success in my second and final interview. I wrote about the interview being positive. The interviewers being pleased with what I wrote in the test, and the interviewers asking me if I would be keen to work for them. Well, when I went into my final interview, like a bridge of events happening in the sequence I had scripted, all of it manifested. The interviewer asked me, "Would you be keen to work here?" Like I wrote. I was in so much shock. I went blank for a bit when he asked, but then confidently said I would be happy to work there. Last script I wrote was about being hired and receiving a call from the company saying I got the job and they'd send me the contract. I got a call very early in the morning, 2 days after this final interview, and it was the company saying they would love to offer the job and be sending my contract soon. I ended up accepting and I now finally have a job. It took me a week from late Feb to early March to manifest my ideal job in digital media, and I am so thrilled. The power of word is an amazing thing. Scripting was beneficial to me. It enabled me to visualize and strengthen my beliefs when I was worried. What I did to get this far was to script regularly, believe, and show gratitude through gratitude lists and letting go. It's important that you don't get stressed when searching. Let go most of all and just believe things are working in your favor. And when you do, great things start to manifest. I didn't focus on time. I just believed I'd get a job. And if I can do this, you can too. Thank you, Agnes, so much for your video on scripting. You have helped me immensely with finding an ideal job. I'm very grateful. That's fantastic, Meridith. And I'm going to put that scripting YouTube that you've mentioned down in the description for those of you that want to practice how Meridith did. And I look forward to hearing more success stories. Lots of love, everybody.